Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors, the place where we not only talk about what's going on in the gun world, but also how we're going to fix it together. Guys, Democrats and independents are stepping on Kamala Harris because she just goofed. She just made an open public comment on a radio that said she wants to get rid of the filibuster. This is going to have implications on the Senate makeup, the race for the Senate, the race for the presidency, the unity amongst the Democrats and the independents supporting her. Joe Manchin just literally said the words, "Shame on her," and pulled his endorsement. Oh, guys, do we have some stuff to talk about? Everything will be linked in the description box below, and please send this one everywhere. This is a really big one. And of course, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on if you are enjoying freedom spread from one coast to the other, and thank you for that consideration. And speaking of consideration, what about your future? Have you guys thought about taking that hobby, you know, the one where you upgrade and modify your own guns for your own sake, but then you don't make a career out of it? Well, if you connect with SDI and check them out, Sonora and Desert Institute, they have a way to turn that hobby into a career. They do online courses from like armoring, gunsmithing, woodworking and finishes more, drones, lots of different things. You can turn an entire passion into a career that you actually enjoy. So what are you waiting for? There's a link right down there in the description box below. You can literally change your life by checking out one link right down there. Why not give it a shot? Thank you so much to them for making it possible. And now, let's get to this, guys. Send this one out everywhere. This is the soup du jour. This is the treat of the day. Oh my goodness. There's going to be so much analysis on this one. Let me show you what she said that's starting off the firestorm. This happened today, and Kamala HQ Twitter account is acting like it's this huge, amazing thing. Check this out before we get to the backlash. Oh, this is beautiful.
It is well within our reach to hold on to the majority in the Senate and take back the House. And so I would also emphasize that while the presidential election is extremely important and dispositive of where we go moving forward, it also is about what we need to do to hold on to the Senate and win seats in the House. That being said, I've been very clear. I think we should eliminate the filibuster for Roe, and we need and get us to the point where 51 votes would be what we need to actually put back in law the protections for reproductive freedom and for the ability of every person and every woman to make decisions about their own body and not have their government tell them what to do. As well.
Ironically, of course, she's not going to tell you that would also allow all the guns to be taken. That would also allow the borders to be open. That would allow every single wet dream of Democrat gun control, Democrat tyranny to basically flow out from the White House should she get elected with the Senate. Of course, you're not mentioning that. There wasn't an entire 2-year fight about that with the assault weapons ban that Nancy Pelosi's House passed. That filibuster wasn't the only thing that stopped assault weapons ban from passing and becoming law because Biden was ready to sign it. Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema are the only reason the filibuster's still in place. But don't worry, guys. It's all about Roe v. Wade. You got to touch that nerve button, right? Hey, women, you listening? Roe v. Wade. Remember? Poke it. Just poke that nerve real good because everything that holds back the big tyranny from either right or the left, how you view life, it's all on that one nerve, but damn it, you really want that Roe v. Wade, don't you? So let's go ahead and just get rid of that filibuster. Yeah. So here's the thing. Politically, independents don't like the idea of no filibuster. Republicans? Heck no. Most Democrats? Heck no. That's why Nancy Pelosi is really adamant about, well, let's be real careful about this in historical videos we've done. That's also kind of along the same lines of packing the court, changing the rules to get your way. It always backfires. In fact, if you want to talk about a backfire, Harry Reid under the Obama presidency, he was the Senate Majority Leader. He got rid of the filibuster for Supreme Court justices because they wanted to get theirs through. And now look what they got. They have 3 justices that they didn't like under Trump. And guess what? Bruin decision, baby, which is ironic because the filibuster is the one thing that kept them from banning all the deadly assault weapons. Yeah, they stepped in it big on this one. So now let's look at some of the reaction. Guys, this is a backfire, and this is a big backfire. Check this out. From Manu Raju, this is a CNN correspondent. New, Joe Manchin, a staunch defender of the filibuster, tells us he won't endorse Kamala Harris now over her vow to get the filibuster or get rid of the filibuster and codify Roe. Quote, shame on her. I was not making this up. Right there. Shame on her. Shame. Manchin, who is retiring at year's end, said in the Capitol, quote, she knows the filibuster is the holy grail of democracy. It's the only thing that keeps us talking and working together. If she gets rid of that, then this would be the House on steroids. Shame on her, holy grail of democracy, to the people who are saying vote for us to preserve democracy. But let's get rid of the holy grail of democracy. You guys seeing how this is playing out? The dude literally just said shame on her. Oh man. Quote, that ain't going to happen, he said. I think that basically can destroy our country, and my country is more important to me than any one person or any one person's ideology. I think it's the most horrible thing. Now that Harris has vowed to gut the filibuster on this issue, Manchin said he wouldn't back her for president. Now, why is that important? And then we'll get to Kyrsten Sinema and then the actual CNN article. The reason that that's so massively important is because Joe Manchin is one of the centrist Democrats, one of the Democrats that the independents can kind of align to. They just lost his endorsement. You don't believe me? That's not a big deal. Let's jump over to Kyrsten Sinema. That's two sitting Democratic senators. Well, now they're independent senators. They were Democratic senators. Kyrsten Sinema, to state the supremely obvious, eliminating the filibuster to codify Roe v. Wade also enables a future Congress to ban all abortion nationwide. What an absolutely terrible, short-sighted idea. She is losing Democrats and independents over this. Guys, this is a big deal. In a nationwide election that they tell us is neck and neck and there's no clear winner, 47-47, she just further alienated independents and Democrats who were a little uncomfortable with the leftward march of the commies. Honest to God, that's exactly what just happened. You're going to start to see it reflected across the political spectrum. But now, let's go over to the actual CNN article, which is stating the exact same thing. I've just got a few things I want to touch on. As you can see, here's the article. It's always linked. Came out today. This is a really big deal, guys. And of course, Manchin looking all mean. Shame on her at Harris. Washington, CNN. Vice President Kamala Harris' vow to gut the Senate's filibuster rule to pass a bill codifying abortion rights has cost her an endorsement from a leading Senate moderate, Joe Manchin. The West Virginia independent, one of the staunchest defenders of the potent delay tactic in the Senate, told CNN on Tuesday that he wouldn't back her candidacy now, despite signaling earlier this month he was getting ready to do so. And I just want to do it just because I like it. Shame on her! Multiple sources. That ain't gonna happen. So she is trying to play to the far left, which is just coincides with the younger demographic. And I'm going to pause on this for 1 second. I just want to briefly touch on something that we're picking up a lot across the spectrum. You had Gretchen Whitmer and Josh Shapiro do extremely targeted videos at the younger demographic. One, how to use a phone, and the other using buzzwords that a Gen Z would use, like chill, that's gas, I left the chat, Riz, those types of things that Gretchen Whitmer would normally always say as a 55-year-old woman and the head of a state. Anyway, this is really important. They clearly are losing activation and support around their far left base. They are absolutely responding to something. I don't know what it is because I'm not on the inside of the Harris campaign, but all of these tactics, doubling down on getting rid of the filibuster, doubling down on Gretchen Whitmer being a Gen Z old woman, and then Josh Shapiro talking about how to use a phone if you're a Gen Z. Guys, they are targeting the younger demographic for a reason. I don't know what it is, but they're doing it. Just saying. Now, let's keep on going here. As you can see, Manchin's comments come in the wake of Harris telling Wisconsin Public Radio this week we should eliminate the filibuster for Roe, again, hitting a swing state and saying that. This is basically, at the end of the day, this is what you need to know. Doing so would lower the threshold from 60 votes to a simple majority of 51 to advance legislation to protect abortion rights, and ban firearms, and ban assault weapons, and do common sense background checks, universal background checks, red flag laws. All of those things are being wrapped up as, and we can codify abortion. Yeah, and also ram through any other legislation you think. She just lost the Senate with this. That's my own hypothesis. But this is crazy. Let's look at some other responses here. Let's look at Senate GOP whip John Thune. He attacked Harris over her filibuster comments and vowed to preserve the delay tactic if he is elected as majority leader. Already, the Republicans are using it as election fodder within their own caucus. Let's see here. Let's go with, I believe this is Majority Leader Mitch McConnell. I think they're willing to change the filibuster of a whole range of issues, Thune said. Excuse me, it's still Thune. Of the Democrats. That's the problem. Adding, they have a list of legislation they want to pass at 51 votes in the Senate, which undermines not only the Senate, but the country, which is designed to protect minority rights. Once they do it there, they will do it on everything. Exactly correct. That is exactly what they did and they're going to do, and that's their plan. Let me just jump right here. This is one of the quotes from what they missed out on previously with Nancy Pelosi's assault weapons ban. And in the process of trying to pass the bill, we tried to change the rule so we can pass voting rights. I think the same is true for women's rights, workers' rights, common sense gun measures to reduce gun violence, so on a whole host of fronts. Guys, this is a very big deal. She just jumped the shark completely, and the whole moderate thing that she was trying to hit of for the people for joy, she just completely screwed herself on that one. This is a leftist tactic. This is a leftist desire, and she's trying to placate her base on the far left, but she's sacrificing those in the middle. Kirsten Sinema, Joe Manchin, other independents who are not going to be up in the public eye like the voters. Guys, this is a big deal. And I can't wait to hear what you guys think. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll see you on the next one. I'm Braden. See you later.